Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking at something pretty unusual for us.
Definitely different.
Yeah, we have this single source. It's called The Keeper of Socks and Stars. It's this narrative study.
Right.
And our mission here isn't, a book report. It's to really dig into the ideas behind it.
Extract the principles, yeah, like curiosity, attention.
Exactly. And this whole idea of acknowledging nonsense as valuable.
It starts with this great metaphor, doesn't it? The protagonist's view of the world.
Oh, yeah, the soup analogy.
Right. A bit like soup. Sometimes chunky, sometimes thin, occasionally surprising things in it.
But always better if you stirred it slowly. I love that. Stirring it slowly.
It implies this deliberate, almost gentle interaction, doesn't it? Not just consuming passively.
And the setting, Greyfen Hollow, it apparently starts stirring itself the moment she arrives.
This, which immediately sets up this idea of a responsive reality. The world isn't just a backdrop.
Okay, so that's our starting point.
Yeah.
Active reality.
Precisely. Which leads us straight into the first big idea from this. The logic of lingering objects.
Right, this concept that inanimate things, small details, they have agency. Opinions, even.
Yeah, exactly. It's about paying super close attention. The protagonist interacts with things not as static props, but as active participants.
Okay, let's unpack that with an example. The first one is the tarts, radish tarts.
Right. She chooses radish tarts instead of jam, and it's presented as a serious choice.
Not just taste preference.
No, because, and this is the key quote, jam tends to argue.
Which sounds whimsical, but then
But then it's not abstract. The moment she thinks this or acknowledges it,
a jam jar appears
yeah, glares at her, sprouts these little legs.
and stomps off into the bushes, muttering about scheduling conflicts.
Huh. Scheduling conflicts. I mean, the insight there isn't just condiments argue.
No,
It's that if you pay that close attention, if you acknowledge the potential for conflict, the world might just show you the specific reason, even down to, calendar anxiety in a jam jar.
it's like extreme observation collapses the observer and observed.
Kind of, yeah. If you grant agency, the world seems to respond by showing you the specifics of that agency.
Okay, so that's the jam. But the title gives us the really famous example. The socks.
Ah, yes. The socks, a classic problem, right? Where do they go?
Her observation isn't just frustration, it's a statement of fact. Socks always run off to elope with dust bunnies.
And instantly the proof appears.
A pair of stripy socks and a plump, veiled dust bunny trot past.
They're eloping. It shifts it completely. It's not chaos. It's a social life we weren't aware of.
And the detail that follows is just perfect.
Oh, the parsley.
Yes. The sock pauses mid-elopement and asks for parsley.
Because it doubles as breath freshener, which is very important at wedding.
It's that practical detail within the absurd premise. That's the lesson, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you accept the premise, the nonsense, you also have to deal with its logistics. Like, okay, eloping socks need breath mints. Got it.
You have to supply the parsley if you acknowledge the ridiculous.
That's the price of admission, I think, to this really vivid, responsive world.
Okay, so from individual objects having agency, we move to the environment itself speaking.
Yeah, the hollow isn't just quirky reacting. It seems to be actively waiting, like with those silver threads between the trees.
Described as like spider webs from overexcited fireworks.
Right. So now it's not just one object, it's a collective voice. What happens when forgotten things group together?
She touches them and gets this wave of sound, overlapping voices.
Saying what?
Just, we are forgotten, we are waiting.
And her conclusion,
That they're waiting to be remembered.
which is a powerful idea about maybe cognitive load, things we haven't processed.
Yeah, not ghosts exactly, but unfiled memories, ideas demanding attention.
Mental clutter made visible, almost.
And the act of remembering, or even just thinking aloud, seems to trigger physical manifestations.
Like the duelists and the plums.
Exactly. She just muses about something strange, and suddenly hats rain down.
Each stuffed with a glowing, chuckling, dirigible plum.
Thought instantly becoming reality. But wouldn't that be overwhelming? How do you function?
Ah, yes, the chaos problem. How does she stay sane?
The spoon duel example seems key here.
Okay, remind me.
She thinks spoons might be natural duelists.
And bam, flying spoons and butter knives appear, dueling.
Right. But when a spoon asks her to duel, she says no.
Okay.
But her reason is fascinating. She says she'd get distracted thinking the sword would make a fine curtain rod.
A curtain rod.
And the spoon apparently nodded wisely.
So it's not about engaging directly with every manifestation.
It seems more about acknowledging the tangent. The distraction itself is valid.
The thought about the curtain rod is as important as the duel.
Exactly. The Hollow seems to value that kind of associative thinking. Distraction isn't failure, it's another path.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. Unconstrained association as a way of learning. Follow the weirdest thread.
Like the curtain rod thread.
Yeah.
Speaking of threads and organization, we need to talk about the hair.
Ah, the head librarian.
Right. If the Hollow is this soup of memories, the hair seems to be in charge of cataloging.
Something like that. And the hair's appearance reflects memory's nature, doesn't it? It's unstable.
It shifts constantly. Violet, silver, tartan.
And, crucially, the pattern of crossword puzzles.
Crosswords. The perfect symbol for piecing together fragmented memories.
Exactly. Memory isn't neat files, it's this constant reconstruction.
And the filing system itself. She thinks it might be carrots.
But then connects it back to sensation. Carrots are memory too. Every crunch recalls the soil.
So sensory input is the archive, not abstract labels.
And accessing that archive is intense. The hair touches her hand.
And memories just flood in, thundered into her head, dancing, singing, fire, smoke, laughter.
It's this massive, vibrant download, proof that memory, fully accessed, is powerful.
And powerful things have consequences, which leads to
Kettle rain.
kettle rain. The hair sneezes.
And tiny kettles parachute down, whistling furiously.
And then they scuttle off.
Yeah. It's a fantastic metaphor for what happens after insight, isn't it?
You mean the disruption?
Yeah, you get this big download, and the immediate result is noisy, requires managing. Suddenly, you've got whistling kettles to deal with.
Okay, that makes sense. Insight creates new, slightly chaotic responsibilities.
And the chaos definitely ramps up. Clouds shaped like sheep.
Raining peppermint tea because chamomile was too calming.
Right, peppermint keeps the parade going. Even the chaos needs to be energizing.
But this constant energy, this relentless noticing, it meets resistance, doesn't it?
It does. Enter the man in the moth-bitten cloak.
The voice of caution, or maybe fear.
Yeah, he represents the argument against this level of engagement. He says the Hollow confuses people.
Makes them forget themselves, and he mutters, not all memories should be remembered.
He's arguing for filtering, for order through omission. Protect yourself from overload.
And the protagonist's response here is really central to the whole philosophy.
She pushes back against discarding memories, even bad ones.
Her argument is so practical.
The salt shaker story.
Exactly. Tell us that one.
She says, basically, we need bad memories. Otherwise, we'd never learn to carry umbrellas or salt shakers.
Right.
Then she gives her example. I once forgot a salt shaker for 2 weeks and ended up seasoning everything with sand. People complained terribly.
Huh. Sand seasoning. The lesson is so concrete.
It's brilliant. Forgetting led to a tangible bad outcome. Sandy food, complaints. That memory is functional. It teaches you to remember the salt shaker.
If you just avoid the potential for bad memories, you lose that feedback loop.
You trade preparation for ignorance, essentially. You never learn to carry the salt shaker.
And her observation about the man himself is quite telling.
Oh, yeah. He walks like a kettle that's afraid of boiling.
Yeah.
Poor man.
He's resisting the very pressure that creates the useful steam, the kettle rain. He wants stability over function.
So avoiding the boil means producing nothing.
Okay, so we move towards the end. It's November in the story. The chaos changes slightly.
It gets cozier, integrated. Spoons, fence icicles, socks, knit scarves. It's becoming a sustainable kind of peculiar.
And this seems to be the moment the responsibility shifts.
Right. She's navigated the chaos, defended its value. Now she's ready to manage it.
The hair returns, but different this time.
Yes, the color of quiet fog. Calm after the storm, maybe?
It presses against her leg. The message is clear. You are our keeper now.
The mandate is given, but it comes with instructions. Crucial ones.
About naps.
Memory naps. The hair says memories need naps or else they wake up cranky and haunt furniture.
Haunting furniture. That's a great image for unprocessed thoughts becoming disruptive.
It's about cognitive rest, isn't it? You can't just retrieve constantly. You need downtime for synthesis. Or things get weird.
So the keeper's job isn't just collecting. It's ensuring the collection is well rested, managing the load.
Exactly.
And then the final transformation, giving the title its meaning.
The hair unravels into silver ribbons.
Tangling with the stars. Until you can't tell which is which.
And she becomes the keeper of socks and stars.
The mundane and the cosmic. totally intertwined.
You can't manage the big stuff, the stars, if you're not also paying attention to the small stuff, the socks. It demands that complete attention.
Which brings us to the final insight, the big takeaway.
Remembering isn't just about the past, it's about keeping the present noisy, peculiar, and surprising.
Making sure things can still whistle and stomp and elope.
Yeah. So, summing up this deep dive, the core lesson seems to be about radical attention.
Granting agency to the overlooked, right?
Exactly. That's what keeps the world vibrant. The value of nonsense is it forces you to listen actively, stops you getting stuck.
It turns life from just watching scenery to stirring that soup.
Seeing the schedule behind the jam jar.
Okay, so for our final thought,
Yeah.
let's go back to that invisible giraffe herd.
Yes.
Visible only as wobbly air.
And his very specific preference, polka dots. Because stripes take themselves far too seriously.
It's the perfect encapsulation, isn't it? Even the invisible has strong opinions we might dismiss as trivial. Right. So the provocative thought for you, the listener, drawing on that very practical sand seasoning lesson.
What invisible thing, what giraffe might you be ignoring in your world right now?
And more importantly, what's the potential cost? What subtle preference, polka dots or stripes, are you missing?
What sand might you be inadvertently seasoning things with just because you haven't stopped to notice or ask?
Something to chew on.
Definitely. Remember to keep stirring the soup.
But schedule those memory naps.
Exactly.
Until next time, keep digging deep.